Hello everyone, I'm going to be working on this nitro car in this Madbug VE. What's up? What's up, Basher boy? I got some parts here. I got the spur gear and these aluminum knuckles to fix this Madbug. So I'm gonna wrench on them beauties and just clean this out of the way. I'm gonna do this one here first. This is just my Tamiya Fighter GR. I took the gearbox apart because I had a I think it was a 16 tooth in there. I can't. It was a 17. I had a 17 tooth pinion in there, and I wanted it to go a little faster, so I took it apart. I'm waiting. I ordered a 19 tooth pinion gear, so I have this one waiting to put that in. Hi, Leon. I got this old system in here. I don't know if you remember the GTB from Novak. And I got an LRP motor. It's like a 3000 kV. I got to work on this beauty here. I burnt up a spur gear last time I ran it. Trying to fix something on my screen here, guys. All right, so I'm going to fix this one here. I got to put this new spur gear on. I had fun with it last time. If you check my video out from, I think it was a few days ago. I took this one out. I just have to get my tools. They're over here. Loctite. Hi, Chris. Thanks for stopping in. I'm just wrenching on this old RC10GT that I ripped the gear on last time I took it out. Here's the gear. This is what happened to it last time I took it out. It's like toast. So I gotta put this on. I should really take off this tire. See if I have, that's that special associated one. That's how the gear goes on, if you see it, by the clutch. It screws in with 2 screws on that slipper clutch right there. Let's put some thread lock. Actually, I usually put thread lock in the slipper plate. Let me find something here I could use real quick. Little piece of wire. Oh, here's something. There you go. That'll do. Actually, let me get the blue Loctite for this one. I'm running out of Loctite here. Filthy RC, thanks for stopping in. If you wonder why I'm wearing this, it's a little cold in the garage. I still have my beauty shirt on. So this beauty's got to go on right there. I'm just going to use this little piece of wire. I don't know if you guys could see it. I'm just going to put some thread lock in the screw holes. Then I'll put some on the screw itself. So that way I get, I make sure that the thread locks on good. I'm going to line these holes up. RC Basher King, what's up? I got it on. Check if it's working out. Good. Everything looks good. You don't want to tighten these two little screws here. The ones on the slipper clutch, when you put the gear on, you don't want to really tighten them super hard because then it deforms the gear and makes it wobble like this on the clutch bell. So you just want to tighten them up a little bit with thread lock. Nordic RC Visions, why are you always doing these live videos in the middle of the night? I think it's only 6:30 over here right now. 6:30 p.m. Thought I lost everyone there. My screen went out black. It's 3:30. It's 6:30 something here. 6:35. Put a little thread lock on these axles too, so they don't get loose. This one's as good as done. Filthy Kill says he's almost done with the top for us. There you go. Greasy nitro. Okay, this one's fixed, guys. Now I could take it out to rip next time, probably in about a year or two. I love these guys ever use these? I think Dubro makes them. They hold your body clips on. I really like those. You never lose none of the body clips. One down, one to go. This one's finished. Now this one here. Mike C says always wrenching. Yeah, them body clip holders are awesome. Now with this one here, there's a weak spot on this chassis. Well, there's a few of them, but this one's the weakest spot. I'll try to show you guys. You see these knuckles, the steering knuckles on this thing? They're like a hard plastic, and then they got a screw going in the bottom and top. And what happens is when you hit something hard, or after a while, the screws rip right out of them. So that's a problem that happened to me. Right now I have it with a different screw here holding it on. You can see it. Instead of the one on that side, I had to put a bigger one. But I got these. These Kyosho ones here, they're aluminum, solid aluminum, like CNC machine. They're not like molded. And they go on here, but these things are expensive. They're like ridiculous. Kyosho, it's like $50 for these and up. I've seen them for more. But I got to take this apart, and I'm going to put these beauties on. So hopefully I'll never break it again. Well, this was the first time this happened, but I know from people, they say they always break. So let's get to work on this one here with my good old trusty Tamiya tool. I converted my Stampede 4x4 to a truck. That's cool. Stamp truggy. Now you got a stamp truggy. Yeah, Nordic, it's like $50 for two of them. It's a ripoff. I had the same thing with, I have my Offna 1/8 gas buggy, and they had like die cast, like aluminum ones, like cast, and they always stripped out too. And to get the better CNC ones, I had to spend like $60 for those ones. They know they break, so they charge a lot because you know you're going to have to get them. God, I hate wearing this coat. I almost feel like taking it off. Pack it anyway. It's cold in here, but hope the instructions ain't in Japanese or Chinese. Oh, nice. El Ludo, I love your vids. Thanks. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Let's see what comes in this bag here. Hey, Nordic RC Visions. I want to show you something here. I know you like it. I got this top for the buggy here. This is awesome. Otherwise, it fills with dirt. I forget. Someone makes these overseas. I bought it. But anyhow. I know you like the Tamiya, so there it is. The reason why I have this one apart is because when I did that video testing those batteries, I always had I think it's, what is it, the 17 tooth option in there, and it always ran ice cold. So I figured, what the hell? I ordered a 19 tooth. Is it you put? Yeah, the 19 tooth. So I moved the motor. I'm waiting for my 19 tooth, and I'm gonna put that back together, get a little more speed on it. I have an LRP brushless motor in there. And this is the old, I don't know if you'll know, remember, this is the GTB. This is the Novak old brushless system in there. Whoa, there goes my gear. Anyway, this one's out of commission right now. I had fun with this buggy. I didn't use it in a long time. That's a good little buggy. The Tamiya. I know. Basher boy, I wish Novak was still around. I used to like Novak. Wow, that chassis cover looks cool, and your DT looks so clean. Yeah, you should have seen it after that video I did, and it rained like hell the day before, and then I went to the ball field to do the video. I figured it like 6 hours of dryness would be good. It was like soup, the ball field. The whole thing was muddy. It took me so long to clean this one out. I'm lucky I had that cover because when I used to race these with my brother-in-law, we used to set up a track. They used to fill up the tub with the sand. But this thing, I don't know who makes it. Hunter Systems? It's in the UK. It says Hunter Systems. I don't know if you could see it. It's Hunter Systems makes these covers for this chassis. Yeah, well, I figured I'd put the 19 tooth in there because I have an LRP 3000 kV motor in there. So it runs really cool. So I figured that extra little, probably only give you like 2 mile an hour difference, I bet you. I calculate 1 mile an hour per pinion tooth. Yeah, I like the purple version, the violet one. It's really nice. Yeah, Hunter Systems Nordic. That's what it says inside here. It's in the UK. It's Hunter Systems makes these. Like some kind of plastic, but it almost looks like he does it on a piece of wood because I see like a wood grain in the inside. He must custom make them or something. Heat up the plastic. What do you think about Traxxas? Ludo's asking, what do you think about Traxxas? I'm a big Traxxas fan, and you seem to be more of a kill. No, I have some Traxxas. I have the TRX4, and I used to have like 5 Stampedes. I had a Bandit. What else did I have? 2 Slashes, Mini Summit. I had the 1/10 scale Summit. So I had a lot of Traxxas. I just don't have a lot of them right now. I think actually I only have one right now. I don't know. I got so many. I think I only have the one crawler. Sounds expensive. What you talking about, Nordic? The body cover? This sounds expensive. I think it's cheap, actually. Yeah, I had so many of them Stampedes. Did you check the pricing on it? Because I don't think it was that much. It would have costed a lot to get shipped to me because it's in the UK, but I don't even know if they're around anymore because I bought this a long, long time ago. I actually bought a few of them. I put them on all my chassis like this, except for my Sand Rover ones. RC Basher says Trax is a good brand. The electronics are not great. I don't mind like the ESC they give you in the TRX4 Sport. It's actually pretty good. I like the non-full brake mode. They have the other mode that it kind of just slows down. It's nice for trailing. But I really don't like what I don't like about Traxxas is those radios they give you. I just don't like the feel of them. Yeah, Nordic, you just got to search for them, see if the guy's still around that makes them. I forget where I found out about them. I think I found out about that on the Tamiya forum. Oh, yeah, that's right. I I had a T-Max, and I also had the E-Max. That's what I had. Forgot about those. There's probably a few other ones. I had a blast boat from them. I had the Latrax Alias quadcopter. All right, so here's the instructions on this. Doesn't look too bad. I'm just going to get my other thread lock here. I'm going to use this one, the Tamiya. I'm going to use on this aluminum, this Tamiya gel type thread lock, anaerobic, whatever the hell they call it. So they give you all the screws in here, and they give you the washers, so that's good. So I guess I just keep these for my parts bin. I wish I had something I could put these in. I'll have to use the back cover of that little track toy at RC I reviewed. Oh, now this one I put a Phillips head in there because it was stripped out. Yeah. Ludo, the servos on the Traxxas is kind of stink. They're not the best. That's another weak point. So here's the plastic knuckles, and they always strip out on the top there. I gotta pop these bearings out. And they're close together, so it's kind of hard. There's one. I'm going to coat these bearings with a little oil or something, or a little bit of grease so they don't, because if you don't coat them with any kind of grease bearings when you put them inside metal, or even the axles where they go through, you should always coat it with a thin layer of grease when you put the bearings on. So if you ever go in water, they don't rust to the parts, then you can't get the bearing off. That happened many times before I learned my lesson years and years ago. These are marked left and right. So this is the right one, so I gotta put this beauty in. Let me get some of that grease over here. I'm gonna use my grease because I have special additives that it don't let corrosion go on stuff and rust. Nordic RC Vision just got an HPI Firestorm. Oh yeah, those things supposed to be really fast. One reason all my Traxxas are gone and it's muddy everywhere. And I yeah, you don't want to run your Tamiyas like I do in the mud. They're a pain to clean. It took me long to get that one clean again. See now on this axle where it goes through and then you know the ball bearings are going to ride, you just get a little bit of grease on your finger, like a tacky bit. Just tap it and roll it in there. Just put a very thin layer on there so the bearing can't rust onto it. Also get some in your fingers and just go on the bearing and make it a little greasy, coated. Do that to both of them or whatever bearings you're putting in metal so they don't get stuck on anything. And it helps them not so they don't get rusted. So now that you do that, you can push them into your parts. See, this is metal, so it won't stick anymore. and then you put your axle through. And that way, if you go through water, then it won't rust. JP Slayer Racing, thanks for stopping in. You guys hit that thumbs up button for me. Helps me out, and I appreciate it a lot. All right, so this one's done. I just got to assemble it now. And they're saying for the standard washer, it's basically the same way the stock one goes in. They really give you the parts, and you really don't need them because you could use it from your stock one. But I guess if you lose a screw like I did, you'll have to use their parts that they give you. But if you don't, you really don't need them. Like I said, I'm going to use this Tamiya gel this is the locking compound thread locker. It's a little weaker, so you can get it off again. I got to go to bed. I actually live in France. All right, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Won't they attract a lot of dirt? No. I don't put a glop on them. I get like a little oily film and just smear it on them so they have like an oil film on them. That way, when you go through water and stuff, like for an example, see how this sticks through the axle through the bearings? If you ever have some cars and you go through water, they could actually seize onto the axle, and it's a pain in the butt to get them out. And they also when you coat it a little bit, it stops it from doing that. So I've been doing it ever since I learned this from probably like 20 something years ago, 20 years maybe, 15, I'm not sure. But I never have a problem anymore with anything getting seized, like bearings getting stuck on metal parts anymore. That's what you got to do if you don't want that to happen. Unless you never run your car in water, then I guess you don't have to do it. All right, so now I'm going to have to put this one on. I'm going to put the thread lock on. I'm first going to I like to do when I use thread lock, guys only put it on the screw. I like to get something small and put the thread lock down in the hole. Like I'll use like this little metal rod, and I'll actually go in there and put the thread lock in the threads that are in the part. And then I'll put a little bit on the screw. That way I know it's all on there. So you just go like this, thread lock, little glob like that on there. I don't know if you guys could see it, but probably not. And you just stick it in the thread hole, wiggle it around. Now I know there's thread lock in there, so I don't have to worry about if the screw don't got none on it. Now I just put it on the screws like normal. Generation vegetable, it's gone. Filthy coat. The grease will catch all the dirt and sand before it can ruin the bearing. Yeah, that also. But I mainly do it so no parts get stuck, because I know I had a lot of times the bearings would actually seize onto a metal shaft. Like inside your transmissions and everything, or your axles of your crawlers, all your axles. I coat all the axles with a thin coat of this grease because it has special stuff in there to stop rust. I coat everything, the whole gear if it's metal, every part that's metal, I put a thin coat on it. Because if, like I said, if you go through water and you clean it out, it never really comes out. If it gets rust on the bearing that's pressed onto a metal part, they could stick it stuck on there and you can't even get them off. and then you ruin everything. So that's what I do. And it's been working out great ever since I started doing it. So now I got the thread lock on these beauties, and I have it in there, so now I could just put it together. Let's see if I can get the tire here to hold it up. Make sure the dog bones are in. Where the hell is it? I got the light shining at me, not where I need it. There it is. Put one of these sleeves down. And then I thread this one in. I just thread them in by hand a little bit. Can't do this facing you because it'll be a real pain. Let me see, what size was this? That's it. Now for the bottom. Good tip. Will silicone grease or anti-wear grease do the same? I think it will do with the HBI because yeah, that should work as long as it's got a little thin coat on it. It's better than nothing. Now the steering knuckles won't break. I'll probably rip off my A-arm. Now these A-arms, this plastic on this Kyosho, I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's pretty flexible. You can see it. So it takes, I think that'll take punishment. Now I just got to put the steering on. They give you new steering, the balls and everything, but what's the point of popping them out of the stock ones the same? And just double check. Maybe it's not the same. Looks the same. Yep. All right, so I just have to put a washer down. First, let me put this thread lock in this steering part here. Where the hell is it? Little glob like I did before, right in the threads. Swirl it around. Make sure it's in those threads. Thanks, Steve. You'll have to hang out there more, but I'm getting really. Video's getting money now. Take care, Nordic. Thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate it. These guys ever use this? These guys ever use the red Tamiya thread locker gel? It's good if you don't want something really, really locked so you can disassemble it. It works good. Take care. there you have it. You can compare it to the plastic. You could see there's the aluminum one and there's the stock plastic. Looks nice. Now I just got to do the other side. One down, one to go. I just greased my diffs a few minutes ago. JP, what did you grease? What kind of diffs was it from? What car? What diffs did you do? They use Allen heads, and then on the one part of the arm they use a Phillips head screw. Don't make sense. Same routine with this steering knuckle. An Emax. How was that to get out of that? Was it a pain? I used to have an Emax. I don't know. I forgot how hard. I think it was pretty hard to get those out, wasn't it? All right. Now again, I'm going to use my grease and coat all these axle and the bearings with a thin coat. Some people put grease on their dog bone ends and stuff. I never do that. That's where you don't want to put grease because it attracts the dirt and makes everything wear out like sandpaper. It's not hard, it's cleaning. Oh yeah. When you degreased all the parts, always when you switch the grease, you have to, some guys just put other grease on top of a grease. It's not good because it doesn't make it stick to the gear and it can fight against each other. You gotta, like I do in some of my videos, I show how I degrease the gears. You gotta degrease them with the electric motor cleaner or something like that. Let them dry out, then coat them with the grease you're going to use. You just can't mix grease. There it is. Put some thread lock in the threaded parts of the stuff again. Perfect. It's not hard. It's hard. Oh, we read that. Starting to get cold out here now. Winter's hitting big time. Pop my bearings in there. Axle through. My napkin. JP, I had, when it first came out, I had the X Max. I think when they upgraded it and they made it a little stronger, I forget when that was. I got that model, and I left it stock. I really didn't do nothing to it. I just left it stock because I didn't own it for too long. I think I owned it for a couple months, and I decided to sell it. Okay, Basher Boy, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. I'm almost finished up here with this beauty anyhow. Voila, she's finished. Where the heck did I put them? Might as well show you guys what it looks like now before I put the wheels on. Nice metal aluminum steering knuckles. Hopefully I won't have that problem again of them breaking. like the stock ones. This is a fun little 4-wheel drive. Chassis on this thing's so solid, it feels heavy for what it is. Excuse me. Yeah, JP, the RPM stuff's good for that truck. Them bulkheads were noted for braking. She's good to bash. She's good to bash once again. So the only problem I had with this one here, this Madbug, only real problem I ever had was the knuckles were weak and these shocks were leaking in the front, and I had to put Teflon tape on them and thread them back in, but that seemed to work. It's been like I don't know, like a month since the last time I did it. I think I did it on a live show, and they seem to be still working nice, so that's it. They went in pretty good. They were easy to install. It's good instructions. Yeah, I think this comes in many types of cars, JP. I think it comes in an on-road. It's called the Phaser. And then it comes in the Madbug, and then there's some other one. I forgot the name of it. It was a weird name. And then they make a rally car, I think, out of this chassis also. I have to get me some new blue Loctite. I ran out. Did you see the video I posted the other day with this Tamai one testing out the batteries? That was fun. I didn't ride this buggy in a long time. I didn't ride this DTO2 in a long time, this buggy, the Fighter GR. So that's why I did the test with those batteries, and I figured, oh man, this is cool. I didn't run it in so long. It actually worked really nice. And I got this mild brushless system in the LRP motor, 3000 kV. So I figured, I had the 17 tooth option pinion gear in there. That's the smaller one for the kit. So I figured I'd get the 19. So I ordered a 19, and I'm going to put that beauty in here. So I have it apart. I'm waiting for the pinion. But this was fun as hell to take out. I didn't take out a buggy in a long time. Now I got all these extra little screws and bolts and parts and ball joint things. So the balls for them. It's good to always have all them extra little parts and throw them in the screw bin. You always need extra screws and parts. Omega Yeti's in the house. Gotta love the classic Baja Bug look though. Oh yeah. Here she is. I just finished fixing her up. I put the Kyosho CNC steering knuckles on there because they're plastic and that's a weak part. Well, here's what she looks like. This is a nice fun bug. It does look good, I'll give it that. It's cool. And it's got the back part with the cage. Nice bug. Blue Cubans in the house. Thanks. I always liked for RC cars, I don't know why. The beetle bodies are so cool. Oh, drop the clip. Where is it? Dang it. The hell, I hate when you drop clips. Let me see if I find this clip, guys. I'll have to find it later. To find it later. I don't know where the hell it went. I said the hell with it. I got me a GoPro, the Hero 7 Black. Because I've been using the